Well, yeah, YouTube, what's going on? This is the Odyssey filter review and tips for setting up. I got this Odyssey filter CFS500 shipped to my house for $53. You can't beat it. Today we're going to cover the pros and cons, and I'm going to show you how to turn the cons into a pro. If not in this video, definitely in the next video. The box comes with all the diagrams and information you'll need for setting up. It covers all the pieces and the parts. You know how it is. But it's really easy to follow and really easy to set up. So let's get to it. Usual unboxing. You're familiar with this part of it. It was packaged nicely, nice, clean, neat, easy to unpack. First thing you want to do is unscrew these screws and then flip the top up. Now here's the first con. It's a little bit complicated. The filter motor itself, the pump itself, is suction cup to the bottom, so the return tube will move. And if you don't line it up with the cover, the screws won't line up in the slots. So if you move the motor when you're cleaning and don't put it back where it belongs, nothing lines up. You got to break it down. My suggestion is put a mark on the outside where the return tube is, and you'll never have that problem again. Everything will line up and go together nicely and no headaches. You see what I'm talking about here. The motor is actually just suction cup to the bottom. So here's our first con. This filter consists of two very large sponge filters with a 1-inch blue sponge filter on top. Yeah, it's not very customizable, but in the next video I'll show you how to fix that. So the hose clamps go on, the hose valves go on. It's just spring loaded, easy on, easy off, very simple to install. It comes with these plastic clips. Feel free to swap them out later or for something more sturdy. I'm using them. There's no real pressure on these hoses. Here's my first tip to you for installation. These hoses come rolled up in the box. Use that roll to your advantage. Have them curl up the back of the tank. It makes for installation a little bit easier instead of fighting a hose that's bending the other way. Also, look at the diameter of this hose. It's going to have some nice GPH pushing through there. It's bigger than a flue valve, bigger than an Eheim, smaller than a Marineland, but it's a nice size hose. So here's my first tip for setting up. Fill your canister first. Fill it, squeeze all the air out of all the media, let it sit. It makes for a quieter pump. This one has an air collection port at top that puts it into the return. A lot of canisters don't have that, and you'll have a lot of noise. Also, I do not hook up the intake right away. I close the valve at the canister. I then fill it with water, and then I hook it up to the return. After I hook it up to return, I go back to the canister. I open the valve, I plug it in all at the same time, instant prime, no air bubbles, nice and quiet, and yes, this filter does run quiet. So that's it, a lot of GPH, and that's my time, guys. Thanks for watching. Check out the next video.